Welcome to the Miami Boat Show. I know that a lot of people didn't have the time available to come down and see us at the Miami show. So what I thought I'd do, this is day 2, we had a great opening day. I thought I'd take a minute and tell you a little bit about what we have at the show, how we work, what you should expect when you come to Hargrave. This is a typical show for us. We have 10 yachts here, 7 of them are Hargraves, all of them are for sale. We've got some recent trade-ins. This is my beauty over here. This is the Paradise, which is a boat that I designed with a good friend of mine, Tom Fexis. This boat is an interesting boat. This is one of the complaints we get is our boats aren't fast enough. This is a friend of mine's boat. This is Bob Rossioli's boat. One of the complaints we get is our boats aren't fast enough. Well, there's a reason for that. But in the meantime, if you want speed, try 39 knots. So if you need a fast boat, here's your fast boat. And these are great people to work with. They handle all of our service issues when you're in town. It's a great facility. If you look at these boats, some are now on their second owner, which we're proud to say that we give the same level of support to our second owners as we do to our original owners, which I think is a real feature if you're in the market for a boat. My Lady M, Frank and Marion's boat. This boat was designed to be run just by the owner and his wife. It's a big boat, but it's set up for that specific mission. And when you look at it, again, as you go from boat to boat to boat, the first thing you're going to realize is they're all different. And that's our specialty, because so many people, when they go out to buy a boat, they say, well, I really like this on the Azimuth, and I like this on the Lazara, and I like this on the Ferretti, and they're all great boats. Some people know exactly what they want, and that's why we're here at the show, because that's our mission. If you like other boats and you say, oh, this is great, go buy it today. Like Lee Iacocca used to say, if you can find a better car, buy it. So if you can find it, great. But if you can't, that's our special mission. And as a used boat buyer, one of the things you're going to notice is if you've seen one, you haven't seen them all. Everything we build is different. So I'd encourage you, if you didn't make it this year, I hope you'll come next year. I know most people, the one thing we got a lot of calls, they said, I wish I could have seen your new boat. We've got a new 136. It's the biggest we've ever built. It's the queen of the fleet. It's a real showboat, and I'm going to walk you down and show you that boat. But in the meantime, if you take a look, this is interesting here. Now, as you look over here, Hal and Joan Griffin are on their second boat with us, and their boat, the Sea Venture, is out in Seattle. And this is a display. This is the kind of creativity the owners help us with. This is a display that has videos of Hal's boat out in Seattle, and if you want to go out there, Hal will pick you up and show you the boat and do whatever he has to. Again, it's a 100-foot boat, and their criteria was, my wife and I want to run it ourselves. That's how they run it. So again, all of this, what you find is no two are alike, and probably when you look at this, it's probably, some boats are purpose-built. This boat was built to cruise from Alaska all the way down to Mexico, and it's different than East Coast boating, as anybody on the West Coast will tell you. So again, it's a fast boat. It's 24.5 knots, which is faster than most of ours. Every passage, you go out the inlet, you go 800 miles. It's a different kind of boating out west. So let me bring you down. This is, over here is Hooter Patrol. If you ever see this boat, wherever it is, knock on the hull. These guys are more fun than a barrel of monkeys. These are the guys that founded the Hooters restaurant chain. Wonderful people, got a great crew, and wherever they are, that's the center of the party. So make sure if you're at the show, come see Hooter Patrol. If you're not, follow it. That's the boat to visit. Mr. Mike, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Good, good. This is a boat, War Eagle. It's a 70-foot striker built in Holland. And this was a trade-in we had from one of our owners, Bob Longo. And again, this is the kind of transitions that people make. They've had this boat in their family for 15 years, and the next thing you know, they decide to build a Hargrave. So again, he knew what he wanted. He was used to custom construction, and he said, I've had sport fish, but I'm ready for something different. If you look at John Ebling's boat, he was a Donzi customer. He wanted to go to motor yachts. So a lot of people coming out of sport fish have a different idea what they want than the traditional motor yacht buyer, and we're able to meet that. Seafarer, which is Bob Emmons' boat. Bob is on his third boat with Hargrave, so I think if you take a look at this one, I think what you'll notice is it's a very different style of cabinetry. He liked a loose furniture look, so even when you look at the lockers down below, they all look like armoires, and then you look at the woodworking details, it really matched a lot of details out of his home. He has a beautiful home in California, and he picked up a lot of in fact, he took some materials that they used in one of the rooms at the house, and he had enough materials, we incorporated into the design of the boat. So again, that's something to consider. Goosebumps is only 78 feet. Only 78 feet, like that's some little boat, like I could afford it. What's unusual about this boat, which isn't obvious at first glance, is Tim designed the boat. He wanted to entertain people. So on a 78 footer, you're going to find there's room to entertain 12 people on the aft deck for dinner. And yet when you go up to the flybridge, which is obviously a smaller area, he's set up to entertain 12 people up there as well. When you look at his cabinetry, his woodworking, it's not like any other boat we've done. There's nothing in the show in our display that has the woodworking he has. Again, he's a builder by profession. He knew what he wanted. He knew exactly what his vision was, and our job really is to help talented people and creative people execute their dream. And there's not a lot of people that can do that. Not that they couldn't if they wanted to, but it's a totally different business model, and that's what we excel at. Over here, the Missy B2. Now this is something, you talk about doubling down on a bet. When Grady put his boat on the market probably 2 years ago, everybody that looked at it said, "Oh, I love your boat, but I wish it had the upper flybridge deck." And after listening to that for about a year, Grady says, "How much is it?" I said, "It's $1 million to do that, the paint, everything." He goes, "All right, go ahead and do it." So again, when you see this boat, it's almost a different boat. I mean, if you were on the Missy B before, the styling is different. As we painted it, we restyled the boat. The flybridge up there is absolutely breathtaking, and you'll see some great shots of that elsewhere on our website, which is www.hargravecustomyachts.com. And also we have a brokerage site, which is hargraveyachtsales.com. They're two different sites. Now this one here, hey champ, how are you?
I am doing fantastic.
Make some money. You're going to be on television. You're going to be famous. CBS News.
CBS News?
Yeah.
By the way, Hargrave Yachts, we have one. It's called the Hooded Patrol. And a little bit about Hargrave. They're the best boat manufacturer that we've ever built a boat with. And they stand behind their product. And this is one of the fine gentlemen that walked us through the whole process of building our boat.
I'll pay you later. Thanks. Now this is the boat that everybody is coming to see because it's a lot of things. We've always stressed the fact that, excuse me, we've always stressed the fact, you can come by, go ahead. The one thing that Hargrave is known for is, number one, is quality. Whatever boat you get on, if you get into the details of quality, and quality is more than one thing, it's the design, it's the engineering, what's the boat designed to do, was it engineered to do that? It's the execution of the cabinetry, it's the finish work, it's the stainless details, it's all of that. When you get on this boat, it's as fine a boat as you can find anywhere in the world. You'll find it has quality, you'll find it has value. When you look at what that is and what the owner's willing to sell it for, I mean, it has a true value quotient to it, which Hargrave has always had a value side to the story. And the other thing it has is, when you talk about custom, this is probably, without a doubt, we've never had an owner, and this is his third boat with us, we've never had an owner take this kind of control of the creativity. When you get into small details, like when you see the glass floor it's individual in the master bath, people are just blown away when they look at it. And it's all little individual cut polished pieces of glass put together in a design pattern, and it's just breathtaking, all hand done in Italy. And this owner had that level of interest that you'll see hardware in there you've never seen anywhere else in the world. Where do you get it? I don't know. He sourced it himself. I said, "Well, where are we going to get this?" He goes, "I'll take care of that. Don't worry, I'll take care of that." So when you see this boat, which is absolutely breathtaking, you need to realize that this isn't a statement about Hargrave or our design team or anything. This is the owner, all of it. So I mean, if you're as impressed as we are, you'd probably try and hire the owner to do your next boat. So what I want you to do is I think we can get on now, so why don't you come on board, and I'd like you to see the Dreamer, which is absolutely worth seeing. And if you didn't make it to the show, the owners agreed to leave it with us in Lauderdale for a while afterwards. He realized that a lot of people couldn't get here because fortunately they're running their business, which is now doing much better. So come down to Florida, let us spend some time together, and let us explain why Hargrave might be the best choice on the table for you and your family. So if you got time, welcome aboard. Well, hopefully you saw what I saw, and I hope it's even more than you expected, because when we saw it executed, it was just phenomenal. And I hope if you weren't able to make it to the show, you'll find we've got our own channel on YouTube. Just Google Hargrave Yachts. It'll take you right to the website. or to the YouTube channel. You'll find us on Facebook, you'll find us on Twitter, you'll find us all over the place, and you'll probably find some stickers in the bathrooms here at the hotel. So wherever you look, we're there, and we're there for a reason, because we want your business. We know how hard it is to earn your business, and we're prepared to do those things not only the day you buy it and the day you take delivery, but if you talk to people that own a Hargrave. One of our owners was here today, and I'll tell you this, I know you're busy. This is a great story. Guy's been out of boating our boat for 5 years. He said, I got your video the other day that my friend Suki did, and he said, Mike, he said, I told my friend, first of all, he said, my secretary called me, he says, boss, get in here, you ought to see this message they sent you. He said, I looked at it and I told my secretary, book 2 flights to Lauderdale, my wife and I are going down. He said, I told my friend here, and he introduced us, he said, these people 5 years later treat me like I just ordered the boat yesterday. He said, you're not like any other company in the world. Now to some people that doesn't matter, just tell me the price, if I like it, I'm going. But there's other people that are depending on relationship, and if you're that kind of person, trust me, Hargrave probably should be #1 on your list. And I'm not telling you there aren't great builders here, there's plenty of them. But I'll tell you, nobody will treat you like we do. And I appreciate you taking the time to come visit us. And hopefully we'll see either at the Palm Beach show, or we'll see at the, we'll be at the Lauderdale show obviously next year. We'll be out in Vegas for the Recon show. If you're in the construction business, those are our people. People that are builders by profession, you don't have to explain to them what custom is. They know what it is. So we'll see you somewhere along the road, and I appreciate you taking the time to come. Thank you.